In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NCAAF games happening on August 27, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NCAAF games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Northwestern versus Nebraska. The Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Northwestern Wildcats opened the Big Ten season on Saturday afternoon from Dublin, Ireland. The Cornhuskers went 3-9 last year, including a 1-8 mark in conference play. The Wildcats also posted a 3-9 record and went 1-8 in Big Ten action. Nebraska beat Northwestern 56-7 last season. Northwestern was one of Nebraska's 3 wins last season. However, this season Northwestern will look to rebound and catch Nebraska off guard in this early season Week 0 matchup. The Wildcats are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 conference games and 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. The Cornhuskers are 14-5-2 against the spread in their last 21 games on grass. The over is 5-2 in Cornhuskers' last 7 games overall. The under is 4-1 in Wildcats' last 5 games on grass. The Cornhuskers are 1-3-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. The favorite is 4-1 against the spread in their last 6 meetings. The Cornhuskers opened as 9-point favorites. This line has moved heavily in favor of the Huskers and may continue to move by kickoff. Head coach Scott Frost is starting out on the hot seat following last year's disappointing campaign in which Nebraska lost all 9 games by single digits. You have to expect that won't stay the same this year and there will be some regression to the mean. Casey Thompson takes over at quarterback for Nebraska, which should be an upgrade, but don't be fooled by last season's 56-7 drubbing of the Wildcats. Northwestern and head coach Pat Fitzgerald won't get beaten like that twice in a row, especially with quarterback Ryan Helinski now having a full year as a Wildcat under his belt. This feels like a small revenge spot with a game that is in a different country. That should neutralize both teams a bit as the travel will play a part. Scott Frost is 8-15 against the spread as a favorite in his time in Lincoln. This line is a bit confusing to me as Nebraska has a lot of players to replace from last year and Coach Frost has yet to replicate what he did at UCF. Northwestern is a lot more experienced than it was a season ago and has one of the better head coaches in the country in Fitzgerald, who almost always gets more out of less talented rosters. The Nebraska Cornhuskers have severely underachieved under Frost, and they're also 5-10 against the spread in their last 15 games as a favorite. I just don't get this line if we're being honest. These are just way too many points to lay here for me, so the Northwestern Wildcats to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Nebraska is likely going to pass often in this game. They have a talented quarterback in Texas Longhorns transfer Casey Thompson. While NW will contain the junior quarterback, he accumulated over 21 passing yards complemented by a 24-9 touchdown to interception ratio last year. In addition, Nebraska squandered 28 or more points in 5 out of their last 6 games last season. The Wildcats' offense isn't great, but this is a low total of 50.5 points. Northwestern quarterback Ryan Helinski gained valuable experience last season, and I expect a big game on the ground from Evan Hull. The over is also 5-1 in the Huskers' last 6 neutral site games. These two teams went over the total in last year's game with Nebraska's 56 points doing it along. Northwestern's offense last year was one of the worst in the country, averaging just under 16 points per game. It's part of the reason the Wildcats' defense gave up more than 31 points per game. Again, I don't expect to see a one-sided drubbing here. The Wildcats will have Ryan Helinski back under center, and that should provide them with more competency on the offensive side of the ball. Both of these defenses only returned 5 starters from last season. That should help Nebraska offensive coordinator Mark Whipple, who came from Pittsburgh, and new quarterback Casey Thompson find ways to get in the end zone. My only concern is the travel slowing things down a bit for both teams. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Wyoming versus Illinois. Wyoming will meet Illinois on Saturday from Memorial Stadium in Champaign. The Cowboys are coming off a pretty successful season, beating Kent State 52-38 in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Illinois finished the 2021 season with a 47-14 win over Northwestern, but also lost at home to UTSA, Rutgers, and Maryland. The Illini will need to find more consistency from the quarterback position if they are going to have their first winning season since 2011. This is the first ever matchup between the two teams. Wyoming is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games against the Big Ten and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall, while the over is 5-1 in their last 6 games overall. Illinois is 0-5-1 against the spread in their last 6 non-conference games and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall, while the under is 8-2 in their last 10 games overall. The Cowboys were good last season, but they lost a lot of talent in the transfer portal and have a lot of new faces on their roster. They weren't very good against the run last season and they lost their leading tackler, which will be a problem for them in this game because Brett Bielema loves to run the ball. With leading rusher Brown, who rushed for over 1,000 yards, and second leading rusher McCray coming back, expect the Fighting Illini to keep the ball on the ground and force the Cowboys to slow them down. The offense will also be a problem for the Cowboys, who are basically starting over without their starting quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. Former Utah State backup can move the chains with his legs, but he isn't very accurate, which will force the Cowboys to run the ball a lot in this game. The Fighting Illini drastically improved defensively last season, and they did a good job against the pass and run. They have 5 of their top 7 tacklers coming back and a well-tested secondary and will be able to keep Wyoming's offense in check. I get the case to be made for Wyoming with the points here, but there's just too much turnover to have any real sort of confidence in the Cowboys with a reasonable line. Illinois has some turnover of their own, but they have 2 reliable options at quarterback and a defense that can make life hell for the Wyoming offense. I think this ends up as one of those games where the Illini pull away and win by 2 scores, so the Illinois Fighting Illini to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This game has all the makings of the least pretty game on the Week 0 slate. Both of these teams play old school football, run the ball, flip the field, punt it away, play defense. The Illini gave up just 21 points per game on average last year. Wyoming only allowed opponents to score more than 24 points just 4 times last season. While the Cowboys have lost a lot on defense, returning just 4 starters and replacing the entire secondary, it won't be too much of an issue against Illinois, which was 121st in the nation in passing yards per game last season. Both teams are new at the quarterback position and they should try and ease them into the affair. If there is going to be scoring, I would think it comes in the second half. If the Illinois offense would have shown any ability to take advantage of the transition of the Wyoming defense, I would be more hesitant. This is a bit of a low total, but I don't see Wyoming doing much offensively against a defense that held teams to just around 18 points in conference play. Wyoming also struggled offensively last season, and with only a few starters back, they are going to struggle in this game. Down the road, Craig Bohl will get the job done with this team, but they will be a work in progress early in the season. Illinois defense also set the tone last season and will set the tone in the season opener. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.